reflect the views and opinions of Reality Radio 101, its advertisers and sponsors, or its listening audience. Listener discretion is strongly advised. Welcome to the Heikadelic Show with your host, Heikadelic, right here on Reality Radio 101. To get on board, send us an email right now. Our email address is instudio101@gmail.com. And now, right to your host of the Heikadelic Show, Mr. Heikomantic.
Haha, good evening. Here we are once again. Oh, and there's something news happening this time for the people on Facebook. Oh, hang on. Let me try and make my lips not move. How's it going? I got my co-host Terry and Johnny here. What's going on, boys?
Holy fuck, look at this, eh?
You'll be perfect now that you're actually moving and you're not just a static image that, we throw darts at. Now just stop watching porn and focus on your camera and you're good.
Oh, now he's out.
I'll do that. Yeah. See, if I look that way, I'm watching porn. If I'm looking at this way, I'm paying attention.
And just for a heads up, if we lose a ton of listeners tonight on Facebook, we're blaming you.
Yeah. So, yeah. Holy shit! Why's my head look so big?
Right.
Right.
Anyway, so this is cool. You're finally in the room with us, getting to fucking chat on the show, and we've got a pretty killer show tonight. We got our good bud Ken from the amazing band MonstA that's going to be joining us shortly. So it's gonna, and of course we got Georgie coming in to do a bit of trivia with us again. So in the meantime, Hike, what the fuck have you been up to, brother?
Oh, well, we had a really good day this past week. I contacted a couple of my buddies that have motorcycles, including Mr. Johnny Ringo right there. And we all hooked up in Port Perry and went for a 2-hour ride around Lake Scugog and down through Little Britain and all the way to Ballantrae. And I took everybody to have a burger at my buddy's favorite burger stop, the Country Stop Burgers.
Awesome burger. And just like to correct something Heiko just said. When he said hookup, it wasn't sexual at all.
That's a lie. It totally was. I wasn't there, but I know it was.
You know what? It might have been. But
I tell you, I was pretty excited.
I'm sure you were.
The burger was great, and the owner over there, Danny, he was a hoot.
Danny.
But what a great stop, right? They have that outside
awesome.
patio thing, and it was just amazing. And in the back, they have this open green field, and it's basically grass, right?
It's 3 acres of cut grass.
Right. So it's perfect for, when things are able to do, let's say, bike shows and car shows, and Danny's such a awesome guy, and he's into cars himself. So, and he was also on a previous episode, and Ringo went on his rant. So it was good to meet him in person and settle the score.
You should have been there, Terry, because when I introduced them, they're standing like 6 feet apart from each other. And I go, "Hey, Danny, this is Johnny." And he looked, he goes, "Oh, are you the guy?"
You're the guy who busted my balls. My wife and I just had a hell of a laugh over it. But a great guy, and what a good establishment, really well run, very safe in terms of the social distancing and making sure all of that works. And the outside patio, great. We had such great weather that day too. It was just an awesome ride. Heiko did a great job. In fact, Heiko, it was more than I expected, because you've got, first of all, you don't own a Harley, so you're really not hardcore, right? But
no, I don't want to break down. That's the problem.
Right, exactly. But as a pack leader, you actually, you were steady Eddie up there, which was great. And the guys that you brought, who I've never met before, I mean, they're really, really cool. We had some good, a lot of us are from the same work industry and stuff like that too. So we had some really good chats and good guys. So I definitely want to do that again.
Yeah.
So actually,
and the guy was
funny.
Say
something.
Go ahead.
In regards to the whole Ringo, experience with Danny's his name, right? That owns the restaurant. Yeah. So I will say this, Danny, if you're tuning in tonight, either on Reality Radio or Facebook or where the hell, I will say this: you've probably heard the code here many times over the duration of this show. Say things like, "For fuck's sakes, Johnny Ringo," or "Fuck you, Johnny Ringo," or "Johnny Ringo, why do you got to be such a cock?" Okay. Yeah. That's where that shit stems from. So anyways, dude, I heard nothing but amazing things about your restaurant. So cheers. Yeah. And I hope you're listening tonight.
Yeah. And you know what? He's got such a great sense of humor, because when I ordered my food, what they do is they all got all plastic up. You order your food and then you go to a picnic table and they bring your food right out to you. Right.
Right.
So I ordered, and the girl asked me for my name, and I said, Heiko. And she goes, Michael. And Danny was standing right there. He goes, Heiko. His name's Heiko. Heiko, damn it. And he reaches down behind the counter, picks up a megaphone in his restaurant, and goes, his name's Heiko.
Beautiful.
It was hilarious. Oh my God, it was hilarious.
This is my kind of cat. I got to get out. I got to get out to this place, man. I've heard nothing but amazing things about their burgers.
Well, see, I asked you if you'd sit on the back of my bike and wrap your legs around me, but you said no.
Yeah, fuck you. Okay. I said to Ringo the other day, I said, look, I will go in a heartbeat. Get me a sidecar. I will ride the shit out of a fucking sidecar on a motorcycle.
Sure. I mean, you've been looking
at the fucking goggles and the fucking. Oh yeah, I'll give her up.
You've been checking rando dick pics anyway, so I don't know. Like, you should be pretty comfortable with it on the back, right? So we'll get you something. We'll get you a helmet with little pigtails on the side. Right.
Look, I don't do that. I don't do that fucking sack to crack bullshit. We know that. Okay. So if I'm on the back of anybody's bike, I'm spun the other fucking way around, or I'm in a sidecar.
Oh, there you go.
That's how I roll. That's how the code rolls, bitches.
PNP back to back.
I'm getting a sidecar anyways for my dog, so I'll let you know when that happens.
Nice. And it's PNP back to back on their way to Ballantree. There you go.
Yeah.
I actually just want to give a couple shout outs. There are a few people on Facebook that are saying hi. So I'm going with Wahida Ann. She's saying good evening. So good evening to you, my dear, from the Heikadelic show. And of course, our good pal, Richard Dukeshire. He's on Facebook with us again tonight saying, hey to everyone. So, you know what? Thanks for everybody that's on Facebook right now. Thanks for being here, and everyone on Reality Radio. Thank you so much. Hope we're gonna have a great show tonight. So thanks for being here.
Yeah, and it's kind of exciting to have Heiko on here and actually face to face. So that's really good.
It scared me though when he first sat down, because I actually thought his dick was hanging out, and I'm not even joking. Before the show, when we were first getting on and checking some shit out, Heiko sits down. Honest to God, I thought his dick was in his hand. I was like, for Christ's sakes, you are on camera now.
So I have to say, we have Ken from MonstA waiting in the green room. I can see him.
Let's fucking get him out here right now.
I can see him smiling and kind of laughing. So, which means he probably has us on Facebook. So I'm going to bring you in, Ken, but you might have to shut down the Facebook or mute it or something like that, because we'll get a lot of echoey stuff, and we want to hear you nice and clean. And we want to talk about MonstA, and we want to talk about like
all kinds of shiznit tonight,
shiznit, right? So we're gonna get him in. And we have George from the Atomic Ballroom, and I put that little bit in it. My big balls should be held every night, kind of thing. But I truly believe that.
Oh fuck!
But sorry, George. I hope I didn't mess up your Atomic.
Come on, don't spoil a good thing.
So
right. I don't want to hear about your balls, Ringo. Fuck's sakes.
We're going to bring in Ken from MonstA.
MonstA. Hey, guys.
Oh, there he is.
How's it going, guys?
Great.
How are you?
I can already tell that you guys are going to be leading me astray tonight.
Oh, 100%. It's not even a thought, brother. That's exactly where we're going with this.
Not possible.
Allegedly. Yeah. So, it's good to have you, man.
Thanks for having me on here, guys. I appreciate it.
So,
Let's
let's do this. Sorry, go ahead, Ringo. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say let's talk about the band and what you guys are working on, and then we'll get into some other stuff. Now,
No, we got to get into this first.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do this first. I agree with Heiko on this one. I'm actually
Come on, Ken. Ken's got a drink. Perfect.
I'm good.
I got one, and I'm opening another one. I'm going to be double fisting here on the Heikadelic show tonight, bitches.
Nice.
You all set?
All you fans, get a drink.
Let's do this shiznit.
Let's do it.
All right.
If Ringo could fucking get his shit together over there.
I am definitely working on that.
Oh, fuck.
Cheers, guys.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That was
All
good.
right. So,
yeah,
Ken, we're going to hand you, well, you've already got the mic. So tell us about your band. Let's start at the beginning and work up to where you are right now.
Wow. What a story.
That's all right.
In 3 minutes.
You have 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
No, you don't.
That's good because I only have a 20-word vocabulary. So it's,
well, that's how you'll fit in perfectly here then.
Yeah. No, you know what? I got back into playing. I used to play for full time when I was a kid, like a few years ago, I guess a long time ago, but
a few years ago. Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Back when the music scene was a little bit different, and you could go out. We used to take off for 6, 7, 8 weeks at a time and be playing 6 nights a week at all kinds of different venues. So things have changed quite a bit since then. But, probably about 3 years ago, I ran into a couple of guys that I used to play with years ago. And, I had taken some time off to have a family and stuff. And so it basically got back playing. And, we started playing a little bit, started to do a few shows, and so far it's been going really well. We're starting to get into the studio. We've been in the studio the last few months with this all this pandemic stuff going on. We're kind of looking at it as an opportunity for us to really start to build a foundation. So we've been doing, studio work. We've been doing some video work, photo shoots and stuff. So we're trying to get organized and starting to build things up while everything is shut down for now. Until
that's so cool because you're taking advantage of everybody's sitting back, right? You're doing something, which is
we're treating it as an opportunity,
Yeah.
I think that's a really good way to look at it and try and make it positive out of something that's been, everybody's, I think, pretty sick of this, pandemic and not getting out and not seeing any live shows and not being able to go to any sports venues and stuff like that. So we've been actually, during this last few months, we've been busier than ever and, trying to get organized and, so far it's been going really well. We released our first single last week, and we have enough material now to release consistently over the next 11 months. We released our first video, and we got a whole bunch more in the can that's coming out. So we're pretty excited about it,
So, because I worked so Ken's worked at the music he's played the music hall. How many times have you been at the music hall? 3, 4 times?
3 times, yeah.
So I've worked 2 of your shows, and I remember the first time I seen you, and I honestly can't remember who you were playing with that night. It's a fucking blur to me now, right? But I remember because I think the first show I said yous were strictly covers, but it was all metal covers, right?
Yeah.
And I thought it was pretty cool because all the stuff you covered, like your band, I was like, holy fuck, you don't hear people playing that, and it's all different genres of metal, which I thought was great. And then I think the same thing happened. Then the second show was, again, great covers. But now you guys have pretty much doing the whole original thing now. And like and I've heard, because I know you and I have sat and chatted and you've shown me some of the stuff and it's fucking great, man.
Yeah.
So,
well, you know what? It's just a totally different path to take that we decided to try. And, it's kind of challenging to try and be creative and do your own thing because, a lot of people, and no disrespect, but a lot of people want to play covers. A lot of people want to play or think that they need to play in tribute bands to be able to get paid half decent to play live. And we're kind of taking a different approach. And, we've come up with a lot of really good stuff, I think. and we've got a lot of great feedback from a lot of people, and that's just kind of the avenue that we want to take, is that we're trying to I'll tell you, like the whole marketing strategy of getting your stuff heard online and stuff is
complex,
a whole new labyrinth.
It's completely, it's like a different world altogether, for sure.
Craziness.
Guys, I just pause for 1 second. It looks like the reality radio stream dropped out, but it's come back. So I'm just going to do a little quickie thing, and we'll get them back here.
Okay.
Give me a second.
And Derek says that.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, I can hear you.
The reality radio stream over our side has not dropped out. So
okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't hear anything go wrong, so I don't know what the hell.
It
Ringo, are you
like
fucking stoned again? Is that
no,
what's happened?
No, I am not. Gary, thanks for that.
We're good here.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Excellent.
And if you look, Derek says that all drummers are dreamy.
That's because he's a drummer and he thinks he's fucking dreamy.
Yeah.
Our drummer is definitely.
There's Derek's face right there. Look, he's dreaming for sure.
Our drummer is definitely dreaming.
So we want to get back to you, Ken, but do we have any Gary, do we have any emails at this point?
Yeah, Josh wrote in and says, "Hey guys, listening to you from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Wow.
You are doing good. So there's a check and balance for you."
Excellent.
And,
there you go.
Says, "I got my recording gear set up, waiting to record the live show tonight from Toad and MC."
Oh, fucking excellent. Love it.
Gotta love it.
Oh, so that we have, so Ken, just to fill you in on that, before COVID, Ringo and I have been on the show now since July or August of last year.
Yeah.
And we had been on the show prior just as guests, and we always had people wanting both of our bands to come on and play an acoustic set. So it's turned into basically an ongoing joke that every night we get emails going, is this the night? Is this the fucking night? And it's never the night. It's really never the night, but it's going to eventually happen. Because really, the funny thing was, just before COVID hit, both of our bands were working on acoustic, taking our whole set list, which is all original, both bands, and going straight out acoustic. Wow. And then COVID hit and we're like, fuck, right? Because the thing is with doing shit like this, it's too fucked, right? Like the quality and stuff. And trust me, if I'm going to perform live, the quality has to be really good or you'll really see how terrible I actually am. Right? So that's just how I roll.
So Ken, I'm going to put you on the spot. How hard is it really to do an acoustic set?
Well, I've never really done one in front of anybody yet, so
okay.
All right, Ken's going to be the first one.
Because these guys have been talking about this for like 9 months.
Yeah,
and our fans are bugging us every week. Come on.
Well, I can go grab my acoustic for you and give you.
And just do it. Well, fuck, I'll tell you a funny story.
See?
No, fuck, this is hilarious. And G can vouch for this because he was the one that jumped on it. We got an email one night because we always had this stupid story about Ringo and I holding hands out by the music hall.
Yeah.
I don't even want to get into this right now, but sadly, it's a true story.
You brought it up.
I know. This is for a reason, though. This is the only reason I bring it up. Because one night we were talking about this, and I don't know who the fuck said it. They should make a song about the Code and Ringo holding hands by the music hall. Well, lo and behold, we actually had a listener email in all these lyrics he wrote about the two of us holding hands. Well, what did our producer Gary Labar do? He went and grabbed his fucking acoustic, grabbed a microphone right during our show, and wrote the song and sang all the lyrics. It was fucking awesome. Fucking hilarious.
That's awesome.
Gary actually plays in a band called Walker's K, and they so Gary's a hell of a singer, by his own right. So they're doing a lot of stuff. But he was able to pop that up and just cop that feel, and that was good.
Yeah.
And we haven't been able to put one together in a year. He did it live on the spot.
I don't know if Terry remembers the night we were walking by the music hall, and so we saw this car, and it had these really good looking girls just kind of getting a little sports car, right? It was the only one parked beside the music hall, and we were coming up from that parking lot down by the whatever
the
GM
Green P parking, by the Tribute Center.
Right. So we're coming up, and how'd it go, Terry, from there? It was
Let me tell this because you always fuck this bullshit up. So what was happening is, as we're walking up, I'm like, holy fuck, look at those two hot chicks walking towards us, right? And first thing Ringo does, because he's a rock star, he's like, how do I look? Like this, right? He's grabbing a hold of his shirt, checking his shit out, and I'm like, you look like a rock star. He's like, no, fuck that. We're both rock stars. Like this, right? Puts his hand up to give me this gay high five bullshit. So I do this, and then we come around behind us, and he grabbed a hold of my hand and wouldn't let go. And he was holding on for dear life. And then he starts talking in the most feminine voice you've ever heard in your life as they get to us, and made it out like him and I were partners now.
Ladies.
It was mortifying. And I looked at, as they walked by, they're giggling at us. And I turned to Ringo and I'm like, I hate your face. So that's the story. And somebody actually wrote lyrics to this. And Gary Labar, producer on the show, fucking literally grabbed an acoustic one night and just tore it up. And it was great. It was hilarious.
That's awesome.
But that's the story behind it.
Gary, did you ever record that?
No, but it's on the recording of the radio station, right?
Right. Yeah. We should try and clip it out of there.
Pull that up, yeah.
Yeah, it'd
And-
fucking be hilarious.
Put it up on Spotify or something, right?
Spotify.
Yeah, it's probably
Okay,
go
so
viral.
Ken.
Yeah.
Ken,
Oh, sorry. Somebody was G just talking there? Sorry. He
no,
kinda-
I said back to Ken.
Oh, okay. So I want to do something because so a lot of people that may don't know Ken or his band MonstA. So he's talked a bit about that, and I'd said so one thing I will say, if when all this COVID shit lifts and you get to go see MonstA, make sure damn well you go check them out, because not only do they have some great original stuff now, the cover spectrum they have, if you're a metalhead or hard rock and metal, is phenomenal, right? Because I remember you guys playing Metallica, Megadeth, and the list goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
And you guys are a three-piece, and both shows I work, because I did your lighting for both those shows, fucking killed it. But something that a lot of people don't know, let's hear a little bit about your background, Ken.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
Oh, I don't know what you want to say. What do you want me to tell you?
Okay,
it's-
let's start back being a police officer. Let's start there.
Okay. Well,
I know you're not now, but you were.
yeah, I did. I worked in the police service for just about 11 years.
Nice.
So,
Wow.
yeah, it was quite an experience. I could probably tell you stories all night on some of the stuff, but I would never encourage anybody to do that job. It's
You know what?
No, and I'm not
I
one.
tried. They wouldn't let me in.
Well,
you're
when
lucky.
you show up drunk
Imagine
for the
that.
interview, Heiko, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
guys,
no,
pod
you know
plant.
what? It was a job that I had to get out of, or I was going to. I was the best analogy that I can use to tell anybody what it was like for me, anyway, personally, was, it was like turning into Mr. Hyde.
Wow.
Zero tolerance, zero fuse left. Just tired of dealing with people. Like, I mean, you're not dealing with you're not dealing with great people all the time. You're dealing with
Right.
No, of course not.
A lot of
A
time
lot
you're
of-
dealing with the worst people in our society.
continuously.
Yeah.
And and people beating the shit out of each other and abusing their kids, and I've seen a lot of weird stuff, a lot of first on scene and homicides and stuff. It just changes who you are.
Mhm.
And I had to get out of there or I was gonna break, basically.
Yep.
So I left that after 11 years and got out, and I don't regret it at all.
And nor should you, because what do you do now?
I work in I work in the fire department now.
Yep.
So I was working on the trucks for the last 10 years, and then last April I got a position in the training division in the fire department. So
Right.
basically, I set up, I worked with a team of guys that set up all the training for all the staff and all the different tech rescue disciplines and all the firefighting
Yep.
stuff we do.
I know, because I sat with you today. Ken and I had a chit chat today earlier about a bunch of stuff, and I was asking him about the training. And again, thinking about it, everyone, like firefighters, think of the training these guys have to have. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? Holy fuck!
It's continuous. It's continuous.
It doesn't end ever, nor should it, because
and people think, like a lot of people, I assume that a lot of people think you just do fires, but We do auto extrication. We do a lot of we do technical rescue. We do technical rope. We do confined space training. We do trench training. We do hazmat training. We do medical training. We do, and it's three of us in our division to train 200 people, and it's a continuous cycle of ongoing training. To keep everybody up to the standards, and it's pretty crazy.
You guys are honestly heroes. Like, to go into a burning building, or whether it's getting a cat out of a tree, those are good days. But I've seen trucks, like, even in the past year, a lot of activity and stuff like that, and you guys are always, like, in fact, from what I see, you're sometimes first on the scene before the others. And
a lot of the times, yeah.
I had a situation actually recently, and I was, I ended up having to call 911, but I was told, well, why don't you call the fire department? They'll get here quicker, right? Yeah. But
nice.
The 911, like, ambulances, because they did a great job. But you guys
I'll tell you what the difference is with the fire department compared to the other emergency services is that in a geographical area, all the fire departments are strategically placed to be able to respond within 2 minutes. Like, our mandate to try and to comply with the standards is that our guys have to be out the door and basically be on scene in a couple of minutes. So we are, strategically placed around the city, and the police department usually has one or two, stations, and same thing with the EMS usually has a couple of stations scattered around, but they're not really strategically placed so they can respond within a certain time limit, right?
And that's why when you and I were talking today, I made the point that, and a lot of people may not know this, fire trucks are the only first responders that will actually change the light systems when you go through an intersection, because you guys have, and that's why, but that's exactly why, because whenever you guys are always the first on scene, or normally would be the first on scene.
On the front of the fire trucks, you'll always see like a strobe light on the front, and that will change the light screen, because if you're going to a fire, they want you to get there as soon as you can. Basically, it will change the light from red to green.
I'll tell you what.
You know what? I was in Germany, and I heard sirens, and I was downtown in the city, and I saw people all backing away up against the buildings. And I saw cars actually bouncing up on the edges of the sidewalks to get out of the way. It's not like it is here, because even downtown, they must have been doing 90, 100 kilometers an hour in a fire truck, bombing down the roads. Wow. And I talked to my cousin there, and he says, if an emergency vehicle hits you, you're automatically at fault, because you got to get out of the way. It's so different over there.
Well, Heiko, there's and that freaks me out when the sirens go off and people don't pull over. You're nothing but a bunch of douchebags out there, because I did that one time. There was a blue truck for the mine, and they were kind of like multi-purpose rescue, but a lot of fire people working that. But anyway, so I'm driving up 144 north of Sudbury, and I actually I see the truck coming up, and nobody would fucking let them in or pass, right? I pulled over and I stopped.
I can tell you stories.
Well, I cut him off, and the ambulance went through. Guess who he was picking up? He was picking my dad up, who had a massive fucking mind.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. I actually know the story behind this, right?
Yeah. So it's like, if you hear a fire truck, ambulance, or police car, just get the fuck out of the way.
Because you don't know who it could be your parent, it could be your best friend, it could be your
absolutely
relative, you know what I mean? We were supposed to do this for a reason. You know what I mean?
Illegal to block the path,
right?
Absolutely.
So because we're approaching 10 o'clock.
Hang on.
Now that the show's
Terry,
up. Sorry, go ahead. Oh,
I need help.
Yeah. So Heiko needs a drink. So let's.
Remember, I used to do this, and you just give me one.
Yeah, we're not in studio anymore, biatch.
Damn. I'll be back.
Ringo. Okay. So, no, he's not ready yet. Okay, so.
All right. So we have to come back and drink again?
Yeah, so no, but what we're going to do, Heiko's going to step away, make a drink. Normally we don't get to see this.
So while he's doing that, Ken, I have, and I've been looking for the right, firefighter person that I know to maybe give this to, but I was in New York after 9/11, and I got this picture framed picture of the at the Twin Towers, stuff like that. So it's really good because it's one of these really cool shots of the firefighters, and so I'm going to dig that out of my kill room, and I'm going to give you that next time when I get out there, and I'll see you again probably many times. So I'm gonna you deserve it, man. Just to see you there the other day in uniform when we kind of ran into each other, it was like, who the fuck is this guy?
He was just there to choke your shit out. That's all he was there to do.
Yeah, I can do that. Real good.
Okay,
good
so
to finally meet you.
Okay, so let's do this. So Heiko's away right at the moment making a drink. Okay, so let's talk about a different part of your life that a lot of people that may be loving your tunes that would be interested to know. Let's talk about the bodybuilding aspect of your life.
Powerlifting. Powerlifting. Yeah.
So I know you don't so much do this anymore, but you were a professional bodybuilder. Like you went into competitions and stuff, right?
It wasn't bodybuilding. It was powerlifting.
Oh, sorry. My bad. Yeah. Powerlifting.
Yeah. So, I did some powerlifting for a while. Did really well at it too. So I, won a few competitions, won the Canadian Nationals a couple times, won the World Championships in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Wow. What's your biggest deadlift?
My biggest deadlift, 705.
Oh my!
That's fucked, right? Well, Ken literally showed me a video today of benching. What was that? A couple of years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
The video, and you were benching what 550 pounds.
Wow. It was 530 in the video, but yeah.
Geez. You're talking about weights. I just came in. I thought you guys were talking about big dicks or something.
Well, no, we haven't got to that yet because we're not talking about me.
Okay, so if you're deadlifting
something I want.
Pounds, what about leg pressing? What do you do there?
Well, my biggest squat in competition was 940. And, but I've done 1,005 in training.
Now I've seen fucking this motherfucker's legs, dude, and even when he's not working out, because I've seen him in shorts. When he's not, I know that sounds gay, but it's not. I'm just saying that when he's in shorts, like his fucking, and fuck, man, I was like, this dude lifts some serious fucking weight, which is sad because honestly, when I seen you today, you left before I had a chance because I thought we were going to arm wrestle and then you just fucked up. I just assumed, it,
hey,
you're worried about me.
Yeah, you're getting way too excited, Terry. You're getting way too excited.
Sorry, it's my bad. But okay, so you did a particular competition twice, and I was asking you about it today.
Oh, at the Arnold's, yeah.
Yeah, the Arnold Schwarzenegger competition. So talk about that.
The Arnold competition, like the Arnold at Columbus, Ohio, is the biggest sports gathering I think on the planet. I think they have 200,000 or 300,000 people go through there in a weekend. So wow. I was down there for a couple of years and did really well down there too. So I mean, it's quite a gathering. If you've never been to it, it's something to go just to see the amount of people go through there. It's unbelievable. Yeah. And Arnold's down there. You see so many people like Lou Ferrigno, and you see Jay Cutler, and you see all these UFC guys and
tiny guys that can't lift or fight. Okay, so how did you? Let's do this. How did you fare during those competitions?
Yeah. How'd you make out?
I always do really well.
Yep.
The thing with me, is that I always have to live lift in an open age bracket. So there's no down at the Arnold's. It's just one group of people. So my age starts with 5. And I'm competing against guys.
I could compete against 5-year-olds too. Just saying. Fuck those 5-year-olds. I'll kick their ass.
Yeah. So I compete against anybody, in any age bracket. So it's pretty competitive down there, and there's a lot of great lifters down there. That's where I caught the powerlifting bug, was at the Arnold's when we were down there, and I just thought I went to a competition and I don't know how many guys I saw squat 1,000 pounds, and it was just like, well, I got to give that a try. But it's pretty hard. Like it's super hard on your body. I know, Terry, you haven't seen me when I was big, but I'm down about 65 pounds.
Now I want to clear something up. He says when I was big. I know, Ken. We've chatted. This dude is far from small. Well, okay, first off, how tall are you?
6'3" and a bit.
Okay, so I'm like 6'6". So you know.
Yeah.
Right. But Ken is not a small dude, period. So that's, and I know Ed even said that to me. We share a very good friend between Ringo, myself, and Ken, which is Ed maybe. And he even said that to me. He says, dude, he said, Ken is like phenomenal condition, but he's not even training anymore. Like you should have seen him when he was, because I guess you showed him pictures, or I don't know the circumstances, but holy fuck.
Next time I see you, I'll show you pictures. When
I got to see it, because you haven't said what I wanted you to say as far as the Arnold Schwarzenegger competition. What's the best you ever did during that competition?
Weight wise?
Well, no.
No. What did you place?
Yes.
I think I don't think I won that. I think I came in second the one year that I was down there.
Yep.
But it's super competitive.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
I'll show you pictures next time that when I was 305 pounds and
holy fuck.
My neck. Well, I had a 22-inch neck.
Wow, that's fucked.
You should have joined the strongman competition.
Yeah, I'm too old.
Have you ever seen that? That is insane.
Well, they do that down at the Arnold's too. So you go down there and you see guys like Eddie Hall and Brian Shaw and Thor Bjorgensen and all these guys that are like six. Thor's like 6'11", 445 or something, like just monstrous.
Yeah, I always liked Jorgensen. He's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
Gary, you got an email out there for us?
Yeah, I sent you one too. Did you see it?
Yeah, I probably shouldn't read that though.
Why not?
You can read that, Gare. That would be a little bit narcissistic.
Good. Oh fuck sakes! I already know what this is going.
Go ahead, Gary.
This one comes in from Pat, and she says, "Hello, guys. I'm Pat from Old Entrance, Alberta. I like to masturbate while listening to MCM. Can I get a double XL shirt so I feel like I'm sleeping with you?" And then tummy, belly button.
Yeah, I saw that. It was pretty impressive. So
just remember, Ringo. He's mentioned many times on our show. He's totally into select gentlemen. So you're not judging. I'm just saying he mentions it all the fucking time.
So I guess
the code is where it's at.
Be misleading, right? But no, she sent a picture with it. So
she what?
She sent a picture with it. So it is female. Someone.
So you're gonna share this to me later? Or I'm just asking for a friend.
That's from a private collection. Gary sent it directly to me. So. But,
you're fucked. I'm so seeing this later. It's not even funny. We'll be sitting around his campfire, and he's like, "Let me show you something while we're getting high. I got a picture for you. See this? This is the girl." And I'll be like, "Motherfucker, I hate you even more. Give me your weed."
Oh, boy.
But yeah. So back to your band, Ken. That's kind of why we got you on. But what's your songwriting process?
You know what? It's like I've so far like my phone is just jammed. Anytime I get an idea and stuff, I have a phone full of lyrics, and then I just sometime I get inspired to just I get some kind of a theme or something in my head that and just kind of organize things a little bit. But as far as the music goes, it's when I go down now and I practice or play, it's just coming up with riffs, and it's just jamming and finding something that sounds, tasty. Or
do you do all of the singing, or do you kind of share that with the rest of the band? Your trio, right?
It's a funny thing because When I played when I was younger, I did a bit of backup singing and stuff. But when we tried to get our old band together from years ago, our singer said he wasn't into it anymore. And so just moving forward, I said I'd give it a try. And then, you know,
Nice.
it ended up, you know, being pretty easy to deal with myself and the other guys. But we have my brother plays in the band now too, and he's a great singer. And so we've been kind of sharing some singing back and forth, and he sings great harmonies, and he's starting to, we just did an original last weekend with him singing everything, and he's got a wicked range, and he's a great singer. I'd actually prefer to get him singing more, because I do think he's a better singer than I am.
Well, you know, your brother's a good singer, but going back to when you were saying about that's such a common thing. It's funny with metal bands, because if you go back to James Hetfield with Metallica, and he was the same. He wasn't supposed to be the singer of Metallica. Yeah. It's just, he was like, we had nobody. I jumped in, and then when Dave Mustaine got fired from Metallica, and started Megadeth, he wasn't going to be the singer either. And I think they had another guy come in, and he was like, fuck it, I'll just try singing. Yeah. And Dave Mustaine ended up, it's funny. And I'm the same way. You're the same way, but fuck that, man. You guys, you're doing very well. I dig the tunes. And again, your brother's a great singer, which helps, man. Oh my God, that helps.
Oh yeah. And you know what, like for three guys, like, I mean, we sing a ton of harmonies, you know, with all our stuff. And for three guys, I think it sounds pretty full, you know, even
it's tight.
Everybody's,
100%.
You know, we have three really good musicians, and everybody's very talented at filling up the holes that need to be filled up, and you know, and a lot of harmonies and stuff that we're fitting in, and I just think it works. I think we have a really good combination, and we've got a really good group of guys, and we're all on the same track right now, and we're all trying to achieve the same thing. So, you know, we got we've been doing tons of work. And we're hoping that it's going to pay off at some point. Like,
and just to finish this part off, because I know we got our good buddy Georgie on here. You guys have releases. You're pretty much going to be releasing over the next how long?
We have enough material right now to release consistently for the next 11 months without doing anything else from this point on. So
perfect.
And
so
nice.
If you haven't anybody listen on Reality Radio or Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're listening or watching the show, MonstA's got stuff going to be coming out, like you just said, over the next 11 months. Their latest release was just come out, and what's it called?
I Can't Take It. Can't Take It.
Yeah.
And
I saw
video,
that. That was great video. I saw it.
I literally said to Heiko, go check this out.
Yeah.
You know, they're coming on Monday night. It's going to be great, right? He's like, oh, fuck, this is awesome. So, so if you haven't, sorry, go ahead, Ken.
You got a sneak peek at our upcoming video too. So,
and I'm hoping to talk a bit about that one before the end of the show. But we're going to jump over to our good pal George, because Georgie does a little thing on our show. It's basically questions.
The Atomic Ballroom.
The Atomic Ballroom, which is it was his show on Reality Radio for a long time, and he had listeners all over the world. And we usually get people calling in or emailing in going, holy fuck, is that George on your show? Fuck, I love George Andrews. Fuck yeah.
Exactly.
So he's going to do some trivia, music trivia with us, and it's all over the place. So what we're going to do is, sorry, go ahead.
George moved from Reality Radio, and then, you know, really we tried to host the ballroom out of my pants, but it was just too
it was way too small and no one cared is really what happened.
Let's bring him into the show.
I still remember the first time we had George come on our show, all the emails and phone calls were all about him. We're like, what the hell about what's with the Heikadelic show?
Right. And we were in studio that night, and we were like, we had George come in with us, and we got from all over Dublin, Ireland, everywhere. They're like, holy fucking George, love George. Fuck yeah, is that George? We're like, what in the fuck?
Yeah.
So now we got him on our show to do this little quiz section. So Georgie, how are you, brother?
Go ahead, buddy.
I'm very well. How are you guguys?
We're great,
awesome.
man.
Regarding all the emails, I have a very big family around the world, so you know that's what it is.
You gotta own that shit. Just say they're all hot chicks. They all emailed me personally.
Well, of course,
doesn't matter. That's my story. Right.
George is like our hot chick in the group, right? So We usually sort of chum the waters and for the after parties.
All right, Georgie, what do you got for us tonight, my friend?
The questionable trivia.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
we start off as always.
Questionable
And
trivia.
Derek is really anticipating these questions, so he'll be all over it.
Well, he's already
Ken
got
has to-
really high.
Ken's got to answer all these. Come on, it's Ken's turn to answer.
Well, actually, Ken, because you're on the show, if you have answers to this, by all means, speak up.
Just
Oh,
spurt
yeah.
them out.
They're all over the map, so
All right.
we
We'll
need
see.
help.
Okay.
The more the merrier.
And I just want to say something else. As far as the listeners on reality radio, because it's kind of messed up with the emailing and how long it takes, if you know the answer really quick, just jump onto the Facebook and just throw the answer up for us and then go back to reality radio because it gets too complicated right now. So anyways, Georgie, let's do the first one.
Right.
What do you got, brother?
We always start off with lovely backside, what's on the front. Right. And it's a
visual
vinyl.
one. Yep.
It's a visual one.
Does it rhyme with front? Oh, sorry. Because I knew.
Anyway,
Nothing.
Anyway, it's from my old collection of vinyl, and we call it Georgie's Vinyl Remains these days. But this is the back of the cover.
Oh fuck! I'm already lost. Do you see that?
That looks like my family photo.
Wow.
I have no idea what the back of that album is. So people on reality radio, for this one, I know it's hard for you, but literally it looks like they're in a classroom. It's a teacher, a female student, and a male student sitting at a desk, and it's probably set back, many years ago. Yeah. And that's what's on the back. That's all that's on the back of this album. So anybody have any idea?
We'll give you time, and then we'll put it to one side, come back to it, and then we'll give you a clue and see if you can get it from the clue.
Right.
Okay.
Unless Ken already has
it. Ken knows it right now.
Anybody got it? Anybody got it on?
Me too. I'm already out.
Derek says he can't see it.
Can't see it. Yeah.
That's because he's too fucking high is the problem.
Oh, okay.
Can you see that?
Oh, sorry, guys.
That's what we want to see.
Are you able to do that with George? Just put it up.
Yeah. No.
All right. Don't worry about it. Let's move on to the next, and we'll come back to that one. So we're going to leave that sit with everybody a little bit.
Yeah.
So the next one.
It's Connect 3, not Connect 4, Connect 3.
Right.
And very tenuous, can be very, very tenuous indeed. But what's of all these three bands got in common? You got Metallica.
This is always so fucking hard.
Till you know the answer. Van Halen.
Okay, Metallica, Van Halen.
And Wolfmother.
Wolfmother. So three bands. Metallica, Van Halen, and Wolfmother. What do those three bands have in common?
Yeah.
Who the fuck?
They all have a drummer. They have a drummer.
That's a great question or a great answer. I'm just saying.
It's something eponymous that they all did.
Ooh. Fuck that. Okay, let's do a hint right off the bat. Is it a particular? So it's a song they all. Is it a song they have all in common, or is it something else?
No.
Oh, it's not a song.
It's
something they did.
Eponymous. They all did.
Sorry, say that again. It's what?
Eponymous.
Okay.
EPONYMOUS.
Here's the definition, George. Not everybody is world.
I'm almost,
I learned this. I learned this a long time ago.
Did you say epidemic or eponymous?
Eponymous.
I know what a hippopotamus is.
What does eponymous mean?
So then now we're into 4 questions. What's eponymous?
Well, that's the clue. That's the clue.
Well, that's shit, because none of us know what it means.
Quick, Johnny, Google it.
Lots and lots of bands. I'll tell you, lots and lots of bands. Because I used to see this written down, like their eponymous album, and I thought, does that mean it's great? Does that mean it's like, groundbreaking? And I looked it up one day. This is years ago. I thought, oh, that's what it means.
Well, at first I thought you said posthumous, so I thought, maybe they're all dead. But anyway, Gary, before we, because Gary, do we have any emails out there?
Yeah, we do. We got some. Derek Whatever writes in. He says, "Hey guys, it's Derek from Sober Island, Nova Scotia. PSA, Mr. Marry a Singer. That's all. Me. Is tonight the night we hear from MCM and Toad play live?
You motherfucker.
Unless Gary wants to do some backup.
Yeah. Okay. So Pam writes in and says, "Hey Georgie, love you, miss you."
Miss you too, Pam.
See?
I'll have the money for you tomorrow.
Shit, is that all I got to do to make money? Is just offer up your...
I guess so.
Oh boy.
So Coley writes in and says, I don't know if Coley is a guy or a girl, but Coley says, enjoying the show. Amazing guests that you have on tonight. Very interesting lifestyle.
Wow. There you go. Ken's going to get Dave. Look out. Oh, wait. You're married. Sorry.
And lastly, Paul writes in. He says, George Andrew, where the hell you been?
See, fuck this bullshit. Where's my emails from the hot chicks? This is horse shit.
Nico.
Okay, so I just, because I'm actually quite brilliant. So posthumous.
Eponymous.
No, that's what I meant. So,
I can't say it, but I know what it means.
Awarded or appearing after the death of the originator.
No, it's not. No, eponymous.
Okay, I'm clear. Okay, you can't see that, but
you spelled it wrong.
So I did. Are there any more?
Go ahead, George. Just tell us, George.
Wait. Self-titled albums.
That's what I meant. You weren't listening. Yeah, I actually had the entirely different song, or sorry, different meaning, or whatever.
Yeah.
Right, whatever. I've had a lot to drink.
Yeah, Metallica was nice.
Cunts.
Nice.
It's just a fun thing. It's questionable trivia, so what do you expect?
Questionable code.
Metallica was 1991, Van Halen was 78, and Wolfmother was 2006. And lots of bands are eponymous. Right? Oh. So it just means self-titled.
Good one.
That's a good one. Easy peasy when you know, right?
Yeah. I just want to update all of our listeners and viewers out there that so at 9:30 Eastern, or sorry, 10:30, we're going to the reality radio broadcast will end at that point, but we're going to stay on for a little bit longer on the streams. So you're welcome to join us on Facebook or YouTube or any of that stuff. And then because we want to hear more from Ken if he's willing to share, and so George, I guess we're wrapped up with trivia, right?
No, we're not. We still got one more question.
One more. Okay.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. This is the Who Am I or Who Are We? This is a band formed in 1980. Dan Baird was the 1980.
Oh, okay.
Dan Baird, Rick Richards was on lead guitar.
Who? Sorry, say that again. Who?
Rick Richards.
Okay.
Ricky Richards.
The bassist was Keith Christopher. Drummer was David Michelson. The best known for a US #2 hit single. It was kept off. They were kept off the top of the charts by Bon Jovi, "Living on a Prayer." They had otherwise lesser known songs, "Battleship," "Chains," and "Can't Stand the Pain." In 1988, the band covered a 1964 hit from the Liverpool band Swinging Blue Jeans, "Hippie Hippie Shake," for the movie soundtrack of Cocktail, the Tom Cruise movie.
That's Ringo's favorite.
Yeah,
and they had four big
albums. Got a crush on Tom Cruise.
Well, I wanted to be like the bartender in Cocktail, which is Tom Cruise, right? Honestly, when I was his stunt double for a while, I prefer that Mission Impossible because it was just fucking impossible. But hey, we share a lot of I actually have my Smart Serve, which allows me to work the bar, and I have helped out as barback at
wow.
Right. He likes it bareback, dudes.
Yes.
If you're listening.
Actually, we ended up, we got slammed one night, so I ended up doing full.
And oddly enough, we were out about $500 at the end of the night. So explain that one another time.
I think there are probably others that can explain that, but it definitely wasn't for me because I double check everything. So, But it was good because so I want to get some nylon flood pants and just take it retro, right? Or maybe like a nylon brown shirt and show off my gray chest hairs. Just peek them out a little bit. Right? Okay.
We're looking. Where do you want to do this? On this show or at a bar?
Well, for now we've got no bars to really. Well, I guess.
So you want to do it on the show, but the problem with that is we actually want people to watch us on Facebook.
Yes.
Right. And not trying to be a douche.
So you know what?
I am, but
guys, let's let George wrap it up because we only have 5 minutes left.
Away.
So Darren says Georgia satellites. Is that
correct? Oh, hang on.
Wow.
Hang on. Who said that?
The Georgia satellites. So that's Derek.
Was Derek
said that?
It was Derek.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Nice.
Fuck, good one, Derek. Fuck.
Nice.
No. Oh, that's awesome. He's got the lights on and everything. Yeah.
And we've got the light on as well for a correct answer.
Yeah. Good work on that, Derek.
We don't just throw this together.
So we got
So
about
what was the album?
Well, the big hit single was "Keep Your Hands to Yourself."
Yeah. Don't hand me no rounds, but keep your hands.
No, I think Heiko was referring to the actual album that you were showing at the
Oh,
start.
the album, yeah.
Right? Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the front?
All right. Well, the
You want me
clue.
to show
I'll give you a clue. If you don't get it, it's nobody's fault but mine.
Right.
Okay.
Pink Floyd.
No.
All right.
Nobody's fault but mine.
No
That's what I
idea.
meant.
That's
George,
the-
actually,
that's the clue.
that's what I meant.
And that's
The
the
album's-
front.
That's the front. It's
I don't
Led
even
Zeppelin.
know it looking at the
No,
front.
yeah,
I'm like, what the
looks like-
fuck?
Looks like
Led
my
Zeppelin.
grandparents.
Okay,
It
so
looks-
let's go to the last question,
Oh.
which is
My
I know what you're
grandparents-
gonna
Guess it
It's my
before it
grandparents
ends.
with a bong, right?
right.
What's that?
Grab a bong.
Grab a
All
ball.
right. So yeah, we gotta wrap. But Ken,
Yeah,
do you
so
have?
what is
any-
the last question real quick here?
All right. It's seconds to none, right?
So
this
let's
is-
do this really quick.
This
Play
is a
it.
quick outro. You'll get this one. This is easy.
All right. Ozzy Osbourne.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, just give you the light. Here we go.
I'm coming
Come on.
home.
Coming home. Yeah.
Ken
Yeah,
was supposed
Mama,
to
I'm
answer
coming
that.
home, Ozzy.
And that was probably right.
Correct.
Derek says Zeppelin.
It was.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we're going to be wrapping up shortly. So I just want to. So Ken, we're gonna keep the stream open. Anything you want to promote out there in terms of? I know we're on COVID, but you got a single coming out, right?
Hey,
Yeah, we had our single out last Thursday in our video and stuff, and then we've got more material coming out. I think our next one comes out. System Meltdown comes down in August 27th, and then our Lay Your Guns Down comes down October 8th. So we're gonna 5 to 6 weeks between each one.
Good.
So
good. And
they're coming out as videos and everything, right?
Yep.
Because we're going to release them each on the Heikadelic Show Facebook page and
Oh,
everything.
awesome.
So we'll do
That's
that for
awesome.
sure.
all right.
So if you want to send out our thank yous, Heiko, and we'll.
Yeah.
We'll-
I would just want to send out a big thank you to Danny and Michelle. They're the guys at the Country Stop Burger joint. Danny and Michelle are listening tonight, and they said when all this shit blows over, they'd love to have some concerts in the back
Oh, wow.
40 at their place.
Wow.
Nice.
So
They're
we got
live.
all these bands on the show tonight, so something's going to happen. This is awesome.
Yep.
That'd be great.
As long as it's
All
not
right.
acoustic, because we've been waiting for that far too long.
That's right. So and I also want to thank all the people that were part of the show tonight. That would be Josh from where was he from? Down south somewhere. Anyways, and Denny and Michelle and Pat, the masturbator, and Pam, who loves George, Coley,
Fucking buddy was
Paul.
calling me out.
Yeah, I know, eh? And
I
Wahida
didn't realize
Ann.
you could see me from here.
Oh, I can. Wahida Ann, Richard, Bobby Cuz, Jay, Derek, and Scott. Thank you so much, guys, for being a part of the Heikadelic Show. And we're looking forward to having you guys back a week from tonight.
And
Nice.
everybody on
And-
reality radio right now, jump over to our Facebook page because we're going to continue our stream here with Ken from MonstA, and if Georgie wants to stick around, you can as well.
Yeah.
We'll have some laughs and let's do it up.
Nice.
All right. So
And
you
Gary-
guys,
Gary, thank you.
yep.
Thank you so much, G.
And thanks, Ken, for being on, and George as well. And thanks
my
all
pleasure.
you
Thanks
people
for having us. Appreciate
for
it.
listening. You've been a part of the Heikadelic Show once again, and we'll see you next Monday night at 9:30 to be good and dirty on the Heikadelic Show on Reality Radio 101.
101.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to the Heikadelic Show right here on Reality Radio 101.
Hey, Ken, do you know who that band is in the outro?
It sounds familiar, but I can't. When you put me on the spot, I'm not sure exactly.
Yeah,
That's my favorite band.
Yeah, we got in trouble for playing it, but then they came back and said, I think it was like Universal Music or something like that. They did a review on it, and then they allowed it back. So what happens on streaming is if they see anything that might appear that you're playing other people's stuff, they'll actually just automatically block it out of Facebook,
Right.
and then
Copyright or whatever.
and then if it's okay with them, they'll actually allow it. But we're big fans, obviously, and it's a small clip, but doesn't really make or break the show. But it's Heiko's favorite band, so it's all good.
I've only seen them live 6 times, and I'll do it again in a heartbeat.
Oh, wow.
I've seen them, I think 3 times. The one though, Heiko, that I really wondered about, and Ken, you'll appreciate this. I'm a big Slipknot fan, right?
Oh yeah.
And they were doing a concert with Slipknot down at Budweiser, and I'm like, wow, that is so like different. But Volbeat is a great band. I mean, very talented. Like a great tune.
That's Volbeat. Love it.
Yeah, they got some good stuff for sure.
Oh yeah. So Ken, what bands influence you? Obviously listening to yours.
Oh man, you know what? I grew up in the 70s, 80s, and stuff. So obviously like Zeppelin, Van Halen, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden.
Yep.
I like Vito Bratta from White Line. I think he's awesome guitar player.
Mm-hmm.
There's tons, Zach Wilde. Just lots of different stuff. I love all kinds of stuff. I love, Winger. Def Leppard, the whole bit, like wide variety. Try to listen to a lot.
That's like me. Yeah, for sure. So Derek's
I
got a question here. Ken, what area did you work in? I don't know what he's referring. Is he talking
the fire,
to the fire hall or the police?
No, it was the drive-through window.
Okay, so I'll just answer both. So in the police, I worked in
arrested him. That's what he's getting at, I think. Right? Is that what we're
Woodstock for the police, and then I'm in Oshawa for the fire department.
Nice.
Sorry, where were you for the police?
In Woodstock.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a bit of a
hike.
Drive, yeah. Yeah, so let's see here. Hell yeah, Volbeat rocked that show last summer. So some of the listeners and viewers, Derek actually plays in a band, Halloween Haunt, and he's done some other stuff. Brilliant music.
Nice.
Derek?
House of Haunt, not Halloween Haunt, you fucker. Get your shit together.
Derek.
Cheers.
The reason he got that confused, I was actually talking to you today, Ken, about Derek's band, Halloween Haunt, and I was saying that how they
Halloween Haunt.
Did I just say it because of you fucker?
Yeah.
House of Haunt. It's Ringo's fault, for fuck's
Derek,
sake.
are you gonna take that shit? That's crazy.
Fuck these guys. I'm out.
I'm like this little I get right into your brain. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry. So I was chatting to you earlier about House of Haunt. Let's get that shit straight. And they do all like they're like a horror punk type thing, right?
Yep.
So and I've known Derek personally for a few years, and amazing drummer, and I've seen him in several bands, and fucking guy, and he knows his music too. So usually he loves when Georgie gets on, he's always involved in the trivia, right? Because he knows his fucking music inside and out.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
Perfect.
So I'm just looking at. Okay, there you go.
Ken,
I did check out the video. What guys, Heiko? I don't even know what he's fucking talking about. Are you high as fuck right now?
Yeah.
Well, he checked out Ken's video.
No, but that's okay. So there's two things going on here saying, Ken, I did check out the video. And if you scroll down, he's actually got, I like it, Ken. Like, you like the video.
Awesome.
What guys, Heiko? There's two questions in there. So I'm not sure what that, or sorry, a statement and a question is what I meant.
I'm going to have a little bit of.
I think you should clarify the what guys, Heiko.
Yeah, we're kind of uncertain about you now, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no kidding.
So anyone out there who does smoke a little weed, this is really good stuff. Moon cheese.
Moon cheese. Oh fuck. Okay.
You remember?
What?
It was sitting on my.
Are those edibles?
No, they're not. They're actual some kind of like a space moon cheese thing.
I thought you were showing dope. What the fuck?
So what these are?
Fucking food for fuck's sake.
I know what your mind's at.
Of course it is.
So this is a little dried up piece of Gouda. So I guess I don't know. They come from the moon, not the moon. Like the moon is made of cheese, right? Here it is.
Yeah, exactly. That's why the landing didn't actually happen in '69 because it was actually realized it was made of cheese.
I'll tell you where the '69 landing happened. Oh yeah! Wow!
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what.
Fuck's sake.
What happened.
Yeah, we're fucking out of it now.
So here's the thing, right? So my daughter comes down one day and she goes, "Where's my fucking dad?" And you know, and then she says, and then the response was in the kill room, and she goes, "Where's my fucking moon cheese?" Right? So this stuff is really good, very addictive, and I don't know if they made it like space food, you know, dehydrated, but this is Gouda, like. You stuff that in your underwear and see what happens.
So I just seen. So Derek just commented and said, Heiko said if I was going to take that from you guys, hand in face. What guys, Heiko?
You guys.
Yeah. and again, Ringo probably missed all of this because he's probably stoned as usual. But you know, it is what it is.
Wow.
Well.
Hey, George.
Yeah.
Can you make those pretty lights come up in my room too?
No,
I'd bring them up, but it's social, physical distancing, right? Nothing social about it. So it
is it's kind of Heikadelic in there because it really plays off our background on the street. Know. It actually is pretty good. We should all get the same one that George has. And George, I like that when you did the thing with the lights and the kind of like goal scoring thing.
Oh yeah, I've got it. Yeah, no expense spared. You know what I mean?
No expense spared.
I need to get one of these for my ATV, but so I don't.
I feel like I just scored a goal. To be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie.
There you go. Woo-hoo! Actually, when I first started, when I was DJing in the '70s, those were like. Everyone had them. They had like blue ones, green ones, orange ones. DJs would do them at mobile gigs or wherever. And we used to, you know what we used to call them? Fuzz lights.
You call them what?
Fuzz lights.
Fuzz lights.
ZZ, fuzz lights. And because, but it is in the UK, I mean, they were like on cop cars.
Did you ever see April Wine live in concert?
No.
Who are you asking, Heiko? You're pointing at all of us.
Any of you?
No,
never. No.
Because they did that one song. You know the one that starts with the bell, ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Every time that bell song comes, that's what they had. They had those
okay, I
lights
see what you're
all
saying,
over the
right.
place, and they would go off, right? Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, the reason those were called fuzz lights because used to be on police cars,
Right.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you know, similar lights to that, and
Holy fuck! You're having too much fun, Ringo. Fuck's sake.
and
Yeah, I might be having a little fun here.
a slang word for the police. I mean, everyone knows copper, right?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Fuzz?
Pigs and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
And also the fuzz, right? So
Yep.
that's what they
it
used
was
to call them.
70s term. Yeah, it was
Right.
kind of a 70s term, right?
Yeah, it
Well,
was the
Derek made
70s,
a
like I said.
point too, saying drugs were less harmful back then, and I agree 100%. Because, in all honesty, if Motley Crue were to come out today,
Oh,
right,
they'd all be dead.
they wouldn't survive like they did through the 80s and 90s. Not at all. How lethal these drugs are because they're so fucked up. And I know, Ken, you know what exactly. I don't mean that to sound like you do them, but being in the profession you're in, you
We
see a
go
lot
to-
of horrible things. So you know what I'm saying, right?
all the time. It would blow your mind.
Yep.
Wow.
See how many overdoses they have now.
It's crazy.
Scary.
Yeah. It's honestly, it's very sad is
It
what it
is.
is. And then
So,
I don't know what they're going to do about it because I don't think there's much to do.
so Ken, on a brighter note, so we talked a little bit about your songwriting, process. So, and some bands that you like, Judas Priest, and a lot of bands I like, and probably Terry and Heiko. By the way, Heiko thought Iron Maiden was a bar band.
Yep.
Iron Maiden's a bar band. They played at the Atria last weekend. But when we were at the hall, we were trying to get them booked as an opener, right? So
Yeah, open up for MonstA. Like, could you imagine that Iron Maiden opens up for MonstA?
yeah, we can make that happen.
He's trying to ignore us right now. He's like, "Fuck these guys. I'm just gonna eat my shit. Fuck them."
He's drinking. Well, I haven't seen smoking, but definitely watching porn.
He's watching porn. Now he's not even paying attention. He's watching porn.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually.
Yeah. Anyway, so my
Actually,
question,
Ken, I maybe you can help me out.
Yeah.
It's something that happened to me a little while ago. I got pulled over, and what people told me to do is when you get pulled over by a policeman, tell them a joke, right? And that usually lightens up the whole thing, and they usually let you off and with a warning and stuff.
I would recommend it.
I'd probably choke.
Most of those guys are very humorous when they're pulling you over.
I know. It's like I told a joke, and holy shit, I got like 3 tickets. It was
just for being an asshole. For being an asshole, and then
Well,
for speeding.
I'll tell you the joke, and you tell me where I went wrong. Okay.
All right.
All right. So tell me what you would do if I told you this joke. So I drive along the road. There's a little bridge, and there's a guy with a radar gun. He pulls me over, right?
Yeah.
And you said you were speeding. I said, yeah, I know, blah, blah, blah. And we get into some small talk, and he asked me what I did for a living. So I said, well, I'm an ass stretcher. And he goes, what the hell's an ass stretcher? He says, well, you get a little tiny ass, and you stick your fingers in it, and you start stretching it and stretching it and stretching it until you can get your hands in it, and you stretch it more and more and more till you can get your knee in it, and you keep pushing till you get your foot in it, and you stretch like crazy until you get a 6-foot ass. And he looks at me and he goes, well, what do you do with a 6-foot ass? I said, put it on a bridge with a radar gun.
Yeah, I
got a ticket.
You know what? I think it was an excellent strategy. I have no.
It was excellent for the rest of us to watch.
Yeah, you know what? I would use that again.
But this time, we need
that again.
Ringo and I need to be there, and we need to make this a Heikadelic show event.
Yeah. So, I mean, I have a lot of friends who are police officers, and I wanted to become one time, and
I did too.
I probably wouldn't have been a great cop because I was just interested in carrying a gun. So that's well,
oops.
If I can open carry, and that's kind of why I wanted to move to the States too. So don't try and steal anything on my property.
You know what?
Me, on the other hand, I wouldn't have been. I'd have shot everyone. I wouldn't even cared.
Oh,
Look, I
deep and
I
dark.
just want to go real fast with the lights on. I don't care about anything else.
So, okay, the question for Ken was about, okay, so you told us what bands influence you. You told us about your songwriting process, but what do you draw from, like, that really, like you said, you got a riff going, but I know with lyric writing myself, something needs to inspire me. So I do this it's almost like ghost writing, because the guys will come up with a rhythm and I'll just flow, and they look at me like I got two heads. It's like, where do you get this shit, right? And so I believe that, like, inspiration has everything to do with it. When artists come up, they go
Terry,
through
are you picking your nose?
No.
they go through some shitty times, and
Now I am.
and so what motivates you to write?
You know what? There's been some different things that have inspired some of the songs that we've done. Like the next one that comes out, I know it's called System Meltdown, and it was inspired by this pandemic.
Right.
And it's the System Meltdown,
Right.
So that was an inspiring thing. We have another one coming down that I really like too, and it's called Lay Your Guns Down, and it's about the escalating gun violence in Toronto. That's not just Toronto, but I mean it's starting to become more prevalent around this area as well too. You hear about it every day, and it's almost like you're programmed to hear about somebody getting shot or drive-by shootings or whatever, gang related stuff. And so it's weird how I don't know, like I said, it's just, and there's a couple of songs that just, I'm down writing some, and just you just get all the stuff pop into your head and it just fits good, and it feels good. So it's hard to pinpoint if there's a magic formula or anything, but it's it's just tinkering around,
Ken,
week we
funny.
had Sean from Social Strife was on. Sean,
Sean.
Yeah. So he was talking about his there's the COVID-19 video that they do, and it was it's pretty good, right? It's very punky and all of that. And we asked kind of the same question, but with everything that's going on in the world right now, it's probably not hard to find something to draw from. But I notice, like, really when you write a song, right? There's important elements, I think, or ingredients that are, hooks, are very important, right? Sometimes when people write, they write entirely for themselves and they don't really think about those types of things, but you need to have them to have the right formula. But the passion behind it, that's really what, like the inspiration kind of thing I was kind of looking for. And it can be world events and stuff but it's happening to everyone. I noticed with your latest video, there's a nice looking girl with a really short skirt there.
Do you know her name by chance, or know her?
No, I don't.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay. It's kind of going like
that. Yeah.
Nice try, Terry.
You know what I mean? That was like that's like Can't Take It is just a fun song. Like, it's a fun song, and it's kind of, everybody's kind of, saw somebody that was attractive, and then they turn around and you look at your buddy and go, it's just it's a fun song, and it's you try and make it so it's catchy and it's easy to sing. Like, I know people that listen to our songs a couple times and they're singing along to the chorus because it's easy and it's catchy, for the most part.
Yeah, I'm not sure anybody ever sang along with our songs at any shows, or bigger shows. But that's got to be pretty flattering, I think. So we're not that good yet. So
and it's we're like everybody else. We do some stuff, and we give it to a few of our friends to test run and see what they think and stuff. And it's pretty funny. We get a lot of positive stuff that comes back and said, man, I can't get this particular song out of my head. It's just there, which is, it's a great sign for us. But it's kind of good to test stuff like that with some close friends and see what it's like. And like Terry today, I showed him a sneak peek of our video that we got for Lay Your Guns Down today, and just some stuff like that to get some input.
And I know, actually, Ken, we were chatting about that, and I wanted to bring it up on the show tonight, and we didn't get a chance. But I'm honestly thinking, because I know you have some big plans for that, but I want to save that for when the time comes that you launch that video, because I want to get you back on to discuss that whole thing. Yeah, I don't want to do it tonight. I know we're still chatting, but we're going to save that, because when's that being released? In October?
That's October 8th, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, so what we'll do is
we can play the video live on our show as well.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
So my plan is to do this, because as the interview went on tonight, I was like, yeah, there's so much stuff here, and I knew there would be, talking to you, because you got this incredible background. And all the stuff your band's doing. And I was like, you know what? I want to save this, because it's better off we wait till October when you release the video, because there's some great stuff you want to do with that. So we're gonna deal with that in October when you come back on the show. Is that cool?
Right. Yeah, that would be awesome, man. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff like I know we've been kind of chit-chatting a little bit here and there, but we've got some pretty neat stuff that's coming up that I think that is going to be a really good opportunity for us to do some positive stuff with 100%. What we're doing. And we're excited about it. We definitely have to do a lot more legwork with it yet. And we're talking to some marketing people about doing some things that are really exciting. So I don't want to you're right. I appreciate that, because it's probably, to get the cart in front of the horse type of thing.
Yeah, and honestly, I think it's a huge opportunity for you guys, because I know what we're talking about. I know everyone listening right now doesn't, but you will in October when you guys, because it's a great song and a killer video. Because I got to see it today and fucking loved it. Oh, and great song. I heard the song before, because you played the song for me before. Yeah, but I got to see the video today, and fucking great video. And I want to bring it all together, because I know what you want to do with it, and I think it is an absolutely huge thing. Awesome. I honestly want to be behind. The Heikadelic show wants to be behind to push it. Oh, and awesome. I don't know, and Ringo and Heiko don't even know what I'm talking about right now, but they will when we chat later. And guaranteed, we will all. Well, no, we will all be behind this, because it's a seriously incredible feat. And you've got the people that are going to back it. So between now and October, I know you got a lot of stuff. So hopefully by then you'll be able to have a bunch of shit figured out with that, and then we'll have even more to go with. So
that would be fantastic. And
absolutely, man,
definitely appreciate it.
Yep.
We definitely we're very ambitious right now to get.
I know you are. So, yeah, man, and I'm excited for it. So, again, we will share that, and hopefully by October, circumstances are a little bit different. Yeah, maybe our setup's different, and we can do something better than this. But
you can actually do a handshake and give somebody a hug.
Right? Exactly, 100%.
Speaking of body movement, Keisha just texted and said, "Oh my God, I can't believe your body's moving this time."
Right? Because normally it's just a static picture of Heiko, and we throw darts at it. Like, we've printed that shit off, and we throw darts and we shoot arrows at it out at Ringo's Ranch, just because we're bored.
We shoot it.
So there's a question for George there from Derek.
So George, what do you feel have killed the music club sense in Canada?
That's probably.
I'm assuming it's supposed to be scenes.
Yeah.
It was just a miss thing. Yeah.
But Christ, Derek, stop using.
I'm gonna go with COVID on that.
I mean, I'm more of a bar DJ now than a club DJ, but my son DJs in Toronto, and it's I don't know. I think it's hard for me to say.
The club scene.
I mean, what's that?
I think Tears of a Deity really
go
killed.
And fuck yourself, Ringo. This is my issue. That,
you know what it was?
I'll give you that one.
Well, it was that extended dance remix that I tried playing one time, cleared the floor, and that was it. That was the end of
it. Yeah, I didn't want to say it was when we moved the Atomic Ballroom out of my pants and back to social.
Right.
I think that was
Atomic Ballroom. You know why he says that? Because balls is all he's got.
Yeah, actually,
balls and like 7 feet of foreskin.
Well,
Jesus.
On a lighter note, brighter
I've had
note,
a few to drink. Don't judge me, motherfucker.
like being in the gym room and stuffing that big net with all the balls after you're done playing
right. Yeah, exactly.
Basketball, right?
Yeah. Well, you know what's really cool, guys? Hearing from Danny, our buddy at the burger place.
That was great.
He's willing to want to put bands out there, some live music, and I'm looking at 3 guys from 3 different bands right now. Would you guys like to play at something like that?
Of course we would.
For sure.
And I know MonstA would be all over that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I was chatting with a few people today about potentially putting Motor City Maniacs, MonstA, and Tears of a Deity on a bill. Obviously, not at this moment, but eventually,
when
for
things
sure.
open up. Yeah.
Yeah, call my agent, make that happen.
Oh, fuck off. You have no agent. Yes. I'm your agent.
Yeah.
You're doing it.
His agent's right below him. George. Just talk to George.
Yeah. George,
Yeah,
tell
George,
him he's doing it without any bullshit. I don't want to hear his ego talking. He's just doing it.
So, Ken, are you into classic cars or bikes or hot rods or anything like that too?
I thought that was going elsewhere, so thank God.
Yeah.
I didn't say dicks.
I'll tell you something.
I know.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
You know, when I was younger, I used to race IHRA Top Sportsman. So
yeah,
I had a 32 Ford pickup truck with a 598 big block Chev in it with nitrous, and I ran 770s at 175 miles an hour in the quarter mile.
Holy shit, that's awesome!
Yeah, and
Like
I had,
truck.
I'll show you pictures. I'll show you pictures of it too. And
Yeah.
I had a 55 Chevy. I love old cars. Love them.
Yeah.
So, man, you seem to be like one of these overachievers, like second
We
place.
talked about this today, actually.
No, second place is first place for losers, right? I firmly believe that. So,
Yeah, we did that way back in the years too. My buddy had an Acadian, and he raced that. And he did high 9s, and I thought that was pretty cool.
That's
hey, I raced a 427 Chevy stepside with nitrous oxide against my Gremlin, and I beat it.
Yeah.
My
Wow.
Gremlin.
Well, I did that shit in high school, like high 9s, but that was about it. And not 90s, just 9s.
Did you
I don't even know how I'm still here.
I did get to. I used to go and help everybody. I was always the pit guy, helping working on the cars.
Yeah.
But one weekend in Cayuga, I did race. I raced my 72 Volkswagen Fastback. It was 42 horsepower. Yeah. And I got a trophy for participation.
Oddly enough, that's all I ever got through school. So
you did.
I feel you.
You did fun on your motorcycle last week. I wasn't expecting.
That's awesome.
I was actually expecting you to keel over from the heat, but you did a good job.
Thanks, buddy. You can ride with me anytime.
Yeah, it was fun.
What's that, Georgie? What's that, Georgie? What's going on?
Talking about racing, I mean, one of the things that happened with this COVID thing was because, I'm at that point in my career where I'm, been doing it a long, long time, many decades. What's that?
You're famous and financially well off. Yeah, we know that.
No, I don't think so. Do you know how far a disc jockey's wage go? No, I'm old, and the gigs,
It's funny hearing Ringo say that because he's usually the one we're all sitting there going, okay, yeah, you're well off. We get it. Now he's pointing at you. This is different.
I don't have a pot to piss in, really. I mean,
Look, I've pissed in your pot. You've got a big pot to piss in. I've shit in it too, to be honest with you. You don't know what I have.
Terry, you got to remember there's a difference between well off and well endowed. Okay, so
he's neither. Well, no, no, he's well off. He's just not well endowed.
There you go.
Let's be real, because we do have this on record. When you had the addictomy, I was the donor, right? So that's why
and we also have on record that
from the floor,
but donating nothing but foreskin doesn't help. We just throw that shit out.
No, you took a direct, firm 3 inches. Now, yeah.
But that was your whole cock, and it was nothing.
And I'm left with
7 inches of foreskin.
No, I'm left with 2 inches.
We're not right. We're not right.
Oh,
you're egging me on right now. This is going to go south for me real bad. Because I'm not good right now. I've had a few beers, and I'm ready to do this.
Your surgery left me with 2 inches from the floor. So how do I? Right? Jeez.
Yeah.
I couldn't even keep a straight face on that, for fuck's sakes.
No.
Wow.
Did you hear about the medical breakthrough they just had this past week?
Why?
Medical breakthrough, Heiko.
Yeah. They have a new medication for frustrated lesbians.
Oh,
it's tricoxagain. Sorry.
Oh fuck! Oh, George is trying. He's like, "Oh, this is going bad. I should probably just get out of here now."
Who do you have to sleep with to get off this show?
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the things was I'd lined up with 7 race weekends, 5 at Mosport and 2 at Shannonville through the Canadian Automobile and Sports Club. So we're going to do a thing at the podium in the pits up at Mosport and Shannonville. And that was it was a really cool gig. I had all these ideas and that, and then boom, March, it just killed it all off. It's just something that I'd never done before. I mean, I've announced motorcycle events in the UK and stuff like that.
Right.
Meetings, but I thought this is going to be really cool. I was really looking forward to it. You know what I mean? Like, gone.
Wow. So, Ken, just so you know, like 3 weeks ago, just kind of trailing off of Heiko's comment, which tends to get us in trouble because we got 3 weeks ago we were on with Leon at Rosie's, and I get an email while we're broadcasting from YouTube saying your broadcast has been violates our policy and took it down. So and then lo and behold, our video didn't exist on Facebook the next day either.
It's funny though. Apparently, those cunts are working together, so I'm happy about that.
Actually the video that when we were on with our potential sponsor Danny, that we went on a little rant, but I'm sure it wasn't because of that. But
no, we did not go on a little rant. You fucker went on a little rant. Let's be clear on that.
Yeah,
but I think. Like, so what happens is they've got these electronic kind of listeners for broadcasts and streaming and stuff. And I'm just reading a comment here now that just got me sidetracked. So Derek is hung like a bull ant. Okay, good. So they got these little listener things. And if they hear keywords, they not only like flag it, but because of the situation right now and understaffing, I guess, at all the social media and companies, they don't
electronic censorship or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And it lets. I got a note from them saying, you know what, if you feel you've been treated unfairly, let us know because we let the machines make the decision. And I was blown away with that.
That's what you want to hear, right?
Yeah.
Like, how
I'm gonna
fucked is
let my
that?
toaster make a decision on, what time I wake up. But I'll tell you, I almost burnt down the house with that fucker the other day. So.
Yeah.
But that's the truth, though.
Yeah. Did you know that Facebook employs over 30,000 people, and those people each sit in front of a video screen and say accept or decline?
Apparently, because they're
accept
not
or decline.
Shit.
That's all they do. Accept or decline.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Imagine doing that all day.
I'm convinced.
Ken and I have chatted a lot about social media because he's spent a lot of time learning all of this. And through our shit that we went through, especially with this show being on, because we do a lot of nonsense on the show, right? So as you can tell,
it's all nonsense.
Yeah, it's all nonsense. We have nothing honestly that's worthwhile to tell. So we just speak bullshit the whole night. And it's fun and everyone enjoys it. But the reality of it is the way YouTube and Facebook works, it's so messed up. They literally have bots paying attention to everything. And they're like, he said something. Let's just shut her down. Yeah. And Ringo and I were sitting there after the show because literally YouTube pulled our stream partway through it and Facebook didn't even post it. And we were like, what the fuck? So we were like, what did we talk about? And we were literally trying to remember everything we chatted about. And I was like, we didn't do anything racial, not because we don't do that shit. We're not like that. It was just so fucked. And we're like, what happened? And it
you
was
were
just
talking about
gone.
your balls again. That's the problem.
But you know what? This show's been on long enough. Watch me rub my balls, and nothing's been a problem until now.
I was listening to some really superstar podcasters like Rogan and a few others. Brilliant stuff, right? But there's nothing really, I think, we apologize for Heiko's, joke earlier, but, he got one, right? But you know what it is, I think, and I really got to follow up and find out why they did that. But I think with, and I don't really want to say too many words because I think it's all being censored, but like with COVID, right? I think anything related to that is watched and scrutinized very, very carefully right now.
And we did have a conversation about it that night. We were talking COVID, but we weren't knocking anything. We were chatting and it kept coming up because we were talking about it for a little bit. And then all of a sudden we just got shut down and we're like, what in the fuck? Right? Because we swear on the show all the time. We talk about everything on this show, sex, everything. We never have a problem until we started talking about COVID.
I'd be interested to find out what it was because I might have said fucking mask in the same sentence. But oh darn, did I see?
Now you fucked us. We're probably offline now. It's like the CIA's checking in on us, going fuck them, shut them down.
Even laugh. I mean, look at all these tracker devices they've got out right now with phones, right? Unbelievable. Like automatically something came up and
he's letting us know he's going to get a drink.
Okay, so it's not the queue yet.
No.
It's pretty scary stuff, to be honest. Like, where does it end?
That's my concern.
Where does it end?
And I do worry about a lot of this.
I don't think
Sorry, go ahead, George.
I don't think it's going to end. I think it's like a whatever you want to call it, reimagining or,
artificial intelligence and
something. Yeah. I mean, it's just taking apart everything, a whole social structure. It's just dismantling it.
Everything down around us, right?
Yeah. And the thing is, I mean, no one compares numbers. They'll go, X thousand cases today. But I mean, there's been since, I don't know, say the last 20, 30 years, how many pandemics we have or had. And it's like, no one goes, it's 50% worse than, H1N1 or 200 times worse than the bird flu or, 400 times worse than SARS. It's just boom, one number, boom, that's it. Nothing.
That's it.
I thought, and when you start looking at it yourself, you go, well, what is so extraordinary about this? It's just like someone picked up a ball with it and thought, we're going to use this. And it works. It works fantastically well. People buy it because they're so scared, right? Yeah. So that's it.
500,000 to 600,000 people die every year of the regular flu, and we're not shutting down the global economy.
Yeah.
So this is where it kind of goes sideways for me, though, Ken. Like 4 of my friends actually died from COVID, right?
Really?
So
wow.
You get the whole speculation. Yeah, and what was interesting, 2 of them were otherwise healthy, a little old, and the other 2 had underlying conditions, one being diabetic. And I'm diabetic as well. So, I mean, and I'm kind of old, not that old, not as old as...
you're an old
me. You're not as old as me.
George is young. You're an old motherfucker. I love you.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Oh, boy.
But,
here we go.
Yeah, it's a whole... It's interesting when it hits home. It's like, this is not a big conspiracy or anything like that. There's some reality.
Wait a minute. What is Derek saying here? But why was it released today? We are now what? Okay, sorry, he's kind of lost me. You're stoned, you motherfucker.
Oh, man-made. Man-made. That's the next thing, right?
No, it's man. Okay. It should be. We know it's man-made. What is the agenda behind it? But the problem with that is, regardless of we know, has anything come out about it? And what is the facts behind that? Because I've heard, oh, it's the wet markets, this, wet markets that, which is crazy all on its own. But I mean, do you remember when this shit started? It was all about eating bats. And I'm like, how the fuck is Ozzy still alive, for Christ's sakes? And somebody ate a bat. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know, man.
There's something doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up.
Right, exactly.
No,
but then you get frontline workers in the thick of it, right? Like even yourself.
You should see, and I feel so. Our guys, when we go to any kind of a medical now, the guys are wearing Tyvek suits, they're wearing gowns, they're wearing gloves, they're wearing N95s or respirators with N95 filters on. They're wearing they're just done right up. For every
disaster or something.
So what's your thought on the whole mask situation? Like the fact that the reason I ask this is my personal opinion. Again, this is me just being personal opinion wise. Like I'm not a doctor. I'm nobody, but I know enough that I know the size of the coronavirus. I understand what the N95 actually means in the mask, which is 95% effective. And
if it's fit tested properly.
Right. Exactly. I'm a millwright by trade. So I've worked in factories where we have to get fit tested, which again, having this motherfucker is useless against any of it. But
you'd have to ditch that, right?
Right. But my point to all of this is I also know that the coronavirus itself is 0.25 microns in diameter, which is why the N95 masks are effective, because they are 0.95, which is why it's 95% effective.
Yeah, Terry, I think that's wrong. You can actually get the tall boy version of the Coronas, right? So
no, dude. Look this shit up. I've actually Googled all this stuff, which is what makes me curious.
You know what, Terry, at the beginning of Corona, we were like, we would spend, because, social distance, right? So Terry, we actually opened up this stream and we would go surf for Area 51 facts, and we'd get like a little bit inebriated till like 5 a.m. in the morning. And that was kind of a while. But it was all right, eh, Terry? I mean, we learned a lot of.
But I still want to know what Ken's thoughts are on the masks. Like, how do you feel about it as a professional firefighter, and what you do how do you feel about it?
Careful, but don't put your job at risk.
Careful. I don't want you to put yourself in a position that's going to be wrong. If you got to answer that professionally, do that.
Yeah. Definitely. I definitely think for first responders and people going to, medical, or working in a medical facility, that it's pretty much should be mandatory.
100%. Yeah.
I honestly, and it's just my own opinion, and I see people wearing these little paper tissue masks, or, half the time I see people with them pulled down around their, around the nose, or there's big gaps in them or not. I really don't know how effective they are, to be honest with you, other than if somebody coughs in their own mask that, I just know to get a mask to fit properly, we have to be fit tested on every different kind of mask that we use, because
you're always clean shaven. You're a firefighter. 100% understand
that. See, even Alana at work, she's an RN.
Yes.
And they also have N95s, but they had people come in and fit them to their face.
Right.
Thank you.
And they were tested. They had stuff sprayed on them to see if they could smell it or not.
We actually have
all those masks that people wear, where they're open on the nose, and like those blue paper ones.
Yeah.
They're shitty masks that's not going to save you from anything. But the reason why people are wearing them, or a face shield, is in case they cough or sneeze, it keeps it from spraying out from their face.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing they're good for.
Yeah.
I when it started back in March, around St. Paddy's Day that weekend. I actually thought I felt very awkward, and we were a lot more terrified then. I actually wore the mask from more or less the beginning, and it was before I'd go to the beer store, I'd go to Metro or Walmart or wherever, and before they had the screens up, and I just did it. I thought, because some of the kids that were at the cash were like looking terrified, and I just did it for that. I got in the habit of doing it. I don't know how effective it is, but it's just a sign of respect to those people that are out there working.
It's probably like a false sense of security, right?
I was just going to say it's a false sense of security, but now you see all the people, like when you're going through your cash registers and stuff, that everybody's all covered with covered in behind plexiglass and stuff now too. They're wearing. I just think a lot of people are wearing masks that aren't effective, and it just kind of gives them it makes them feel like they're doing something other than nothing, but. Is it really effective?
I don't think so. Well, my son said that he's a PhD at Kingston, and he does all that. And from the very beginning, he said, these masks, they're not going to do anything really. You need, like you said, the N95 ones. Yeah. And that was from day one. He said that. So I thought, I thought, what do I know? I thought, well, a mask is a mask, right? Surgeons wear them when they do brain operations.
Yeah. Would you guys wear face shields at the fire department?
We do.
Yeah. Because I'm together with a guy and we made tooling for him, and he's making face shields. Yeah. And they're selling them like crazy everywhere.
Yeah.
And his are nice too. Yeah. I've got some in the hospital because once the face shield is on your face, you can actually push it forward. So you have breathing room on the top. The air comes at the top so your glasses don't fog up.
Which is brilliant.
Yeah. So if you need any...
Just so you know, Heiko is actually a CNC guy. He's a programmer and setup guy. He does all that stuff. So that's what he's referring to when he says, I'm working for a guy. He is actually programming a CNC machine to do all this stuff. So
Nice.
I don't know if you guys need any, but if you do, I can get in contact with this guy because he'll send you cases.
But they have suppliers for all that stuff. I know that they have.
They're government. Remember that, right? So
it's true though, but
can't get N95s right now either. So
really,
because that's supposed to be for frontline. When they say frontline, they mean like in hospitals, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
which is still kind of fucked to me, but whatever. I don't mean that they have them. They should have them. Yeah, but I honestly believe all frontline workers should have the N95 mask. Yeah. Because we're talking about masks, I'm not pro mask. I will be upfront with that. Other than the N95.
Yeah. So I was watching something on the news yesterday, I believe, but they were talking about something else now that's developed. I don't know. I can't recall exactly if it was out of the wet markets, but definitely from that area. And it's another COVID like thing. So like, is this, I don't know. It's like we've lived for how many thousands of years as human beings, and we're going to get to a point where I think too much of this stuff is going to whack our immunity.
It's going to be bad. It is 100% bad.
Yeah.
100%. Like I agree with that because like if you like all of you guys on this here right now on this show, when we grew up, and I'm the youngest one sitting here, but regardless of that, when we all grew up eating dirt. There was no cell phones. We were eating dirt in the backyard at 3 years old. Like no one gave a fuck.
Yeah.
I remember buying smokes for my mom at 8 years old. Yeah. It didn't matter what the fuck we had.
Right.
It was just you just dealt with it. And
everything is over sanitized, sanitize this, sanitize that, kill the germs.
Right.
Well, then your immune system gets deficient, and then you start having issues. So
So Jay actually just said maybe people should focus on optimizing the immune system.
So let's make something clear. So Jay is actually MonstA's drummer.
Yep.
Right.
He is.
Yeah.
Hey Jay.
And if you notice, he is pretty dreamy.
I got a crush on you, brother, because now that he's pointed out, what's up?
If we do that show with MonstA and MCM and Tears,
not if we do that show, we're going to do
that. Yeah, I'm down on that because I mean, MonstA can be our chick magnets, and
well, Jay can.
I'm sure the green room will the lineup.
No blue flashlights and orange sunglasses.
Exactly.
There you go.
There you go.
I wear sunglasses around mine.
Sorry, I didn't want to take this in such a fucked up direction, but having someone with your background, I was curious about things, and I realized, and you and I are going to talk off the record another day about this because I would like to hear your personal thoughts on it.
Yeah.
But because I think it's fucked. I think everything is fucked right now, and I'm questioning everything.
Yeah.
So, as a professional of what you do in your background, I'd love to hear. And we're going to chat another day. But
there's a lot. Go ahead.
I don't want to beat this. I don't want to beat this up or anything. I'm not going to bash COVID because it is real. There is a flu out there.
Yeah.
But the common flu. Listen. The common flu that comes out every year is tenfold what COVID is doing, and you don't hear a fucking thing.
Right.
I said that.
Nothing.
So you know what? Suck it, right? It's a big game.
Oh, yeah.
Me personally, since COVID hit, I was working up until June 1st, so I was around people all the time.
Yeah.
And after that, I was still out in public. I'm still doing other stuff on the side. I've been attending. As soon as they opened the patios, I was drinking on those motherfuckers, right?
Yeah.
And so I should have been because, it's me and, I got issues, but whatever.
No.
All joking aside, again, it's very true. I refuse to kind of come to the realization that they want us to, that we all have to conform. It's not going to happen for me because
fear is a great motivator, right?
100%. And I refuse to be motivated by fear from our government.
Honestly, I don't even turn the news on anymore because I'm tired of hearing about it.
I don't bother with
it.
And but
what a great way to gain control is to have people in fear of each other.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, who was it? Who was it? Was it Roosevelt who said the only thing to fear is fear itself, right?
Yes, it was. 100%.
Yeah. There you go. And that was what happened to Pearl Harbor.
Sitting here saying that there's no coronavirus and it's all bullshit. That's not.
Oh no, there is. There's a virus.
We admit it. Safe. I believe in social distancing 100%. 100%. I believe in it. I want everybody to be safe and healthy. I just personally have questions because for somebody not to have questions right now, you really should. Is my point.
Okay, so the thing is though, and Richard just has a point here. He's saying the flu doesn't do permanent damage to organs like Corona does, and there's a lot of weird spin-offs that are really killing people. But you're Tara, I think your point is valid as well, because then you get these idiots. Okay, it's like the peaceful kind of rallying and stuff with everything that's happened recently, right? Turns into a shit show because all of a sudden, you get these radicals getting involved. So there are people out there taking advantage of the financial system and everything that's around COVID that's really shut down the world, right? So imagine this, okay? I don't want to get into, I'm going to pick a number out of the sky. So prior to COVID, I bought a $10,000 investment. Okay. So within 3 days, it dropped below 8,000 in 3 days. So I just pissed that money away in a couple of days.
Yep.
So just imagine that impact on a larger scale. And trust me, that hit me like a friggin' ton of bricks. It did come back to some degree. It's not fully whole, but here's the thing. I mean, imagine, and I got on the phone with a friend, and it's like, man, if you had a lot of money and you're in a weird spot, because what do you do with your cash? Well, you save it because you might need to barter for friggin' you know, stuff you need. But at the end of the day, you know, people with excess cash could have been buying stocks at an all-time low.
Oh yeah.
So
they do.
Yeah. So there's some manipulation going on there. Now, the other thing is, and I won't go on a rant, I promise, but
right, you're not going to insult any.
I have to say that, you know, with our politicians in Canada, they did a stand-up job compared to, you know, other countries. But then at the end of the day, you know, you're going to get all these vultures and, you know, politicians in Canada that are just going to, you know, go gunning for everybody in office right now and blame. It's like, where the fuck were you guys when when we needed answers, we needed guidance. So then the whole thing becomes, I got my news on the Heiko show. So the whole thing becomes a political platform. So.
I love you, Derek. You're fucking brilliant.
So,
your drummer saying peace out.
Yeah.
Great.
Buddy. See you this weekend.
Thanks, dude, for being part of this.
All right, Jay, that was awesome. Thanks for being here.
Yeah. So we're probably going to need to wrap up soon because some of us have jobs tomorrow. Not me, and you know,
not me.
I got to get up at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Did you say you got to be up at 5 o'clock?
Yeah. Early riser.
Oh yeah, I get up every day at 5.
People who actually work for a living there, you know.
So, I don't anymore. I did. I used to get up at 5, and I don't anymore. So you know.
So you know what? Just think of this: when you get up in the morning, the rest of us will still be on the air, but really, really drunk.
We're still going to be here drinking. We're going to be fucking. We might be like this. The first time I fell asleep at this desk, which is my way, like this. Yeah,
that's awesome.
100%.
So you know what, Ken? When all this shit goes down, I am so looking forward to hearing you guys play live.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, that'll be great. We'll definitely hook it up and we'll do a show together. And
I chatted with Ken today about that exact thing, and I am so stoked to make Motor City Maniacs, Tears of a Deity, and MonstA one big fucking amazing show. It's going to happen. And
you know what we're going to have?
Details of this. Can't say shit right now, and it's all good, but we are going to work on something amazing, and it's going to be brilliant.
Yeah.
We're going to have a jamboree. What do you think of that?
That sounds like something.
That sounds bigger than a rock concert.
Yeah, we're gonna have a jamboree at Country Stop Burgers.
I got a ball hanging out each side, and the members sticking straight up.
Nice.
Okay, so you know what? We probably should.
Yeah, we're ending it right now.
Oh,
for sure.
Before you go. So we end on a light note after all the heavy duty stuff we've just been through.
That's right.
Earlier, I was listening to Ken before I came on. I was just listening, and he mentioned Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Right, and I actually met Arnold.
Yeah.
Way back. I think it was 91, 92, 81, 82. It just done the first Conan movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow, that was the start.
And I remember the first space shuttle was landing. So it's whatever year that was. It's either 81 or 82 around there.
Wow.
Whenever the first Conan came out, and I got a phone call from one of my former a place I used to work. He'd moved to this place in Manchester. He said, it's like a Tuesday or a Wednesday night. And he said to me, we need someone to come and play some music. And he said, because we've got Mr. Universe. I said, well, what is it? He said, it's like a Q&A, like a forum, a seminar thing. And I said, I didn't know what that. I said, Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to be there. Well, I vaguely knew him I'd seen him on Pumping Iron or something like that. And so I get to this gig, and it was the Mr. Universe, whatever it was, I think it's probably 82. He was going to do his routine, with like the whole thing. And he wanted Star Wars, like there was a long mix of it. Yeah. So they needed a DJ for the event before and all that. And that's all that I was going to be doing, was like play this music, boom, and I finished, questions and answers, and finish it up, you know. Anyway, the manager came down to me and said, George, you want to meet Arnold Schwarzenegger? And I said, why not? You know,
sure.
It was the days when he didn't have cell phones or anything like that,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
And he brought him down to the DJ booth. He actually brought Arnold to the booth and said, this is our DJ who's going to be playing for this guy. I can't remember his name. And I remember he had like a purple Slazenger. He had like a golf shirt underneath and this purple V-neck. And he was just bursting out all over.
Yeah.
And he shook my hand, right?
I have that problem too.
And I shook his hand. I shook his hand,
Wow.
and I thought, like,
Sorry.
What the hell's wrong with you?
and all I knew about Arnold,
Taking notes.
you know, I mean, like, this is how silly, how, you know, you get impressions of people. I thought, well, this guy's just a meathead, you know, he's a nice guy, really present, really nice to this guy somewhere in the northwest of England. And then he comes on to do his thing, you know, his speech and everything, and he's going to take.
Right.
And I could not believe. I was absolutely fascinated, enthralled. I thought, this guy is so flipping clever.
Yeah.
He talked about where he started off, all his motivation, what he should be doing, and I learned so much from that. And I was paid. I thought, this guy's brilliant. He's just so clever.
Story.
So from just being this, like, you know, muscle bound, you know, jock, I thought, very clever guy.
Got a
very clever guy.
Very amazing story for sure.
Yeah, fantastic story. Fantastic.
I'm admiring the shit out of this comment here.
From Wabina?
And so
yes, I want someone to read it.
Okay, so hey guys, stay safe, stay strong, stay united. Brothers, sisters, God bless us all. California is in red, military is in hospitals. My brothers, sisters are dying around me. Peace, love. You guys rock. We'll chat again. So this lady here, she came on last week when we had Sean Strife on our show.
Yeah.
She's followed us ever since, been a part of it. And God bless her, because from my understanding, from what I've seen on her Facebook page, and my dear, if you're listening, and please chime in next week and be with us, because I think she's ex-military herself, and she's American. So I would love to hear her side of it, because she's in California, and I would love to hear her side and get her on and chat, whatever. So, my dear, please contact us, and we will make this happen, because
absolutely,
a huge part of our listeners on reality radio are American.
Yes.
So like we're almost split down the middle, like close, because we have little pockets around the globe. But our U.S. listeners are you know, love them, and we want them to be safe. We know the catastrophic situation going on over there. So please contact us, because I'd love to get you on the show.
Yeah. We could do that next show. We could have, you could have your own face in a window, and you could be chatting with us. So,
and trust me, we're not douches all the time. If you come home, you know, you will be treated.
Speak for yourself.
Respect. You know, I'd love to hear your story. So
that'd be great.
Yeah,
I can't guarantee these you know, these other two assholes that's on the show, but I would love to have you on, and I will keep them, you know, closed down if they become douches, you know.
Well, yeah.
I'm gonna send after these motherfuckers if
inevitable, right? Okay, guys.
What are you gonna do from way over there?
Nothing. I'm gonna send Ken over to your house. He's gonna choke your motherfucking ass out.
We're gonna with Motor City Mania.
I'm gonna teach Terry how to choke people unconscious.
I'd appreciate that.
Perfect.
That's I need in my. Can I put that on a resume? Like,
Really,
I'm a millwright. I've worked here, there, and I can also choke a motherfucker out. I think it'd be great.
Yeah, exactly. It's good to put on your resume.
Thanks for the Heikadelic show. We'll see you guys next week, and we'll figure out who we're getting on next. All right.
Thanks, Ken.
That's great, guys. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, George.
Yeah.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Always.
Enjoyed it.
See you again.
Always.
Take care, guys.
Always.
We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, look at that fucking song you're playing.
Yeah, what's up with that?
What band is this you're playing? Fuck, that was a good show, man. I